Hi, I'm David Policino. I'm a software engineer at Microsoft, and today we will talk about how to handle a task which we're not confident on the ability to complete it, which could actually undermine our own credibility within the organization or company or simply team. First of all, it happens very often that here at Microsoft you're working on something new, something which is internal, something which doesn't have a lot of references or public documentation or public experimentations available into the internet. So we live by the concept of POC, proof of concept. When there is a certain goal to achieve, a certain feature to release and so on, we always try to understand in very fast iterations if this is achievable or not. We start to create experiment. We start to write off technical specs of the future. They allows us to understand and let others understand as well how we're going to achieve our own feature, how we're going to achieve our own goals. If there are multiple ways to achieve the same goals, we try to create multiple proof of concept and analyze pros and cons between each and one of them. Could be performance related, could be maintenance related, there could be dependencies from into another team which does not have capacity to accommodate our request and so allows us to complete the feature. We try to understand actually if a feature first of all is compliant, if our own proposed way to implement a certain feature is compliance towards our data handling, management, privacy and security policies. So the first step is make sure that you are involving correct area expert of people who have tried to resolve already the problem, partially into different projects, into different areas, or if this is extremely something new, involve a possible area expert of people who will be able to guide you and support you from an architectural review and analysis of the specification perspective. Once you have got in touch with those people, make sure that you are creating a technical specs. Usually it includes description of the problem. It breaks down possibilities or ways to fix the problem or implement the new feature. It underlines how you're going to test the new feature as well, how you're going to validate the product. It could be via automated tested, it could be even with a cross-check associated with telemetry. So you're defining actually how you're going to implement it, how you're going to measure it, what's going to be the rollout stages. This means, is it something we should just merge into the main branch or the default branch and let it roll out as expected, or we will need some further slower rollout to the public so that we can collect the needed metrics to evaluate if the new feature is actually being appreciated, if it works as expected, what could be the impact in terms of performances and so on. So technical specs allow you to understand not just how you're going to implement it, but how you're going to measure it, monitor it over the time, and make sure that you have a certain set of guidelines on how to act in case something goes unexpected. Of course, disclaimer, please do be extremely transparent about your current blockers. I remember at the start of my career when I was a junior software engineer, I struggled particularly here at Microsoft, probably due to my wrong expectations management, to seek help. Or worst, I was seeking help just when it was a little bit too late, when probably my task was overdue or close to be overdue, or where I realized that I spent too many hours into blockers, which then I found out actually could have overcome by adopting easier solutions. Make sure that other people, more experienced people, your own senior software engineering colleagues, your own architect are reviewing your technical specs. Make sure that this is getting approved. Make sure that they're able to create and have an environment where people are able to challenge your idea. Please use feedback, active feedback. Most importantly, manage the expectations of anyone involved into the development and release process of the specific task. If it is your PM, if it is your technical project manager, if it is your direct manager, your colleagues, or even the partners or other teams which you will need to provide the dependencies on. This means implement a part of the feature which then will be needed to actually finalize it by the third-party team. Make sure that you are able to effectively and proactively communicate the current status, including blockers. But please do not just state, hey, I'm stuck into issue A, this is what I'm going to try in the next 48 hours to try to unblock me. This is what I've tried so far and what I failed so far, you can seek as well technical insight, advices and expectations on what you have tried or what you have not tried yet and what are the next promising opportunities to unblock yourself. Most importantly, when do we expect to have the next results being shared within the team or the people that we're looking forward to deploy and release this feature.